Hey, we are two Star Wars nerds, and I'm so excited for today. We're continuing a really cool series that we are hoping to release every single Tuesday and Thursday for a long while because we have a lot of stuff to cover in this. It's going to be so much fun. But if you watched our previous video, you know what this is all about. But for those who are new, why don't you give them just a quick little taste of what's to come.
Yeah, so our channel is all about what we love about Star Wars, and so we're going to talk about what we love about characters that we love. So it's going to just focus on their development per movie, because like if you take Anakin or Luke or any of these characters over their entire life that we see with shows and movies, it would be a 5-hour plus video. So we're going to look at it per movie, and today we're going to look at why we love Luke Skywalker in A New Hope.
Yes, and the reason I like this so much is because it kind of helps break down the character, and it helps us really look at them objectively and see what is the process that we see through the movie, because each movie with these characters, I feel like you get a snippet of their life, and you do see development, but it's different stages. So why don't you start off with Luke and A New Hope?
Yeah, Luke is one of my all-time favorite characters, and he was my favorite character as a kid. Well, one of them. It's always so hard for me to say my favorite in Star Wars.
You're always like, this person's my favorite, this person's my favorite. No, this person.
Okay, but I have a Luke Skywalker Barbie.
You do. Luke legitimately is your favorite, but you do love almost everybody in Star Wars.
Yeah. But as a kid, growing up on the OT, Luke was a huge part of my childhood, and so I love Luke. But specifically in A New Hope, it's hard to just talk about movie by movie, but I'm going to do my best. But in A New Hope, I love he reminds me a lot of Anakin in The Phantom Menace. He's obviously older, but he still has that purity and that innocence to him, and he has this longing for more, just this desire in him, like he knows he was made for something greater, and he's has some tension with that, trying to figure out what that is and how he does that, because he can't leave his family farm, and just that trying to figure out who he is. He's trying to figure out where he belongs, what he's supposed to be doing, and so I think it's a really cool even look or comparison to Anakin in The Phantom Menace. And what's cool about Luke's story is he wasn't quite ready to make some of the changes, and he only made them because of tragedy came into his life, and he had to make some changes. And so you see he's pushed to the edge, and he's pushed to move in these new directions, and so obviously with with Aunt Beru and Uncle Owen burning away, and he's losing his house. Because at first he wasn't going to go with Obi-Wan, but he's like, I don't really have anywhere else to go. And then you kind of almost see he's like Anakin, he kind of looks to Obi as that father figure, temporarily. Because he just lost the one that he had. So just seeing I like seeing those similarities, and seeing his big heart. Like Luke has a big heart, like one of the biggest hearts I think in Star Wars. But you also see he has this like doubt and like lack of confidence about himself, and he doesn't know who he is, and he's on this journey to figure that out. And that's really what A New Hope is. It's setting up this beautiful story of Luke Skywalker, the son of Anakin, discovering who he is, and then saving the galaxy and bringing balance to the Force with his dad in Return of the Jedi.
Yeah,
it's a lot.
It is a lot, but look at this. That's one movie.
Yeah, and I could go on.
And when you're thinking about Luke Skywalker, it's like this is a perfect way to start breaking their lives up. And so, for me, I agree with everything you said. I think that there's also there's just something really unique about how when you're introduced to Luke, he has this quiet mystery about him where he'll look out into the distance, or you can just tell he's going through the motions. He doesn't really know why he's doing what he's doing. He feels called to something bigger. And for me, I love that, because it connects with me on a personal level.
Yeah.
And so outside of the life and lore of Luke, it's cool to be like, I can see myself in him.
Right.
And what's so funny is he wants to leave his homestead and he wants to go join the Empire and all of this. And then you find out in deleted scenes, you know, that he was going to join the rebellion, all this, but just going with what actually made the final cut. He's going to join the Empire to be a pilot. Just he doesn't really care about the Empire. He just wants to fly.
He wants to get off
and
Tatooine.
He wants to see planets and
Right.
star systems, all of this. And then he's presented with this opportunity. Basically, this stuff keeps happening where he finds himself in the right place at the right time to leave with the right people. And he's like, whoa, hold up. You know, like, I've got to do this. You know, I can't be going to Alderaan, you know.
I'm busy.
And it's like, dude, that's the thing you asked for, right? Like, were you really ready for it when it finally came to your doorstep?
And that is so relatable.
It is.
And just in life in general.
And then what happens, like you said, this series of events happens where all of a sudden his life has to change. He does not have an option. And it changes, and you just see him thrown into these environments. Like, then he goes to the Mos Eisley Cantina, and he's like around. He's probably not a place he frequents, and so and he sees some crazy stuff happen there. And then all of a sudden, you know, they're in the Millennium Falcon, and they're going to Alderaan, and then all of a sudden they're being pulled into the Death Star, and he sees like his dad that he doesn't know is his dad straight up kill him, and it's probably like, what the heck is all of this?
Yeah, what did I just sign up for?
Like, this is not just like war, this is insane. You know, like, he has no idea what's happening, but then this whole concept of the Force in his life and him being able to like finally trust it and to put his basically his like guiding system away and to still fire, to hear Obi-Wan's voice and all of this. It's just so cool to me because it takes him from that place of where he was a dreamer, but he didn't actually make any decisions,
right,
to then he was just like full of faith, and he's like fire away, you know, like, okay, like I have no idea how it's going to play out. Like, he was the kid who didn't want to leave Tatooine, and then he ended up in the trench of the Death Star. Like, to me, that's so crazy. Like, he just conquered fear after fear.
Yeah.
And it paid off. And so for me, that's why I relate so much, because it's like, I want to be like that Luke in A New Hope, you know, because there's times I feel like I'm Tatooine Luke. I'm like, I want to be the trench run Luke.
Right.
You know, I want to be Return of the Jedi Luke. You know, that's what I want to be.
We'll get there.
We will get there. I got to slow myself.
It's hard.
But, you know, I could go on quite a bit more, but just for sake of brevity in this, you know, we have life and lore streams, if you didn't know. And Luke Skywalker will make one of those for sure. And those are like minimum 2-hour streams where we just try and cover the life and lore of a character. We end up just scratching the surface because there's so much. But hopefully these help flesh out everything that we're doing. So do you have any final thoughts on Luke in A New Hope before we close this out?
Yes, I think what's cool about Luke is pretty much everyone likes Luke.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's really cool.
I don't think I've ever met somebody who's like, I hate Luke Skywalker.
Yeah, me neither. I'm sure there are.
I've never met that. Yeah, that's a really good point, actually.
Yeah.
And I think it's because he is, in my opinion, in episodes 4, 5, and 6, the best written character, hands down. I think so. But anyway, let us know what you think in the comments about Luke Skywalker in A New Hope. Restrain yourself.
Yes, it's
keep
hard.
it to A New Hope. Let's keep this hyper-focused conversation going in the comments. But hey, with that, we are two Star Wars nerds, and may the Force be with you always.